Good afternoon children. Class 7, 6.2 Lines and Angles. Question number 3, number A. Here we are asked to find the measurement of the x and the measurement of all the remaining angles. Now what is given? First we will write here. AB is parallel to CD. Angle BXY is equals to 3x plus 10. Angle BXY is equals to 3x plus 10. Angle DYX is equals to 2x. So this is also given. So I have written here in this section. Now what we are asked to find out? We are asked to find out the value of x and also the measurement of all the remaining angles. How we will start the sum? We know the property that the measurement of two interior angles on the same side of the transversal is equals to 180 degree. Now this property you will find here, since we have already studied this. Here, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. So here you will find this property already mentioned. So angle x plus angle y is equals to 180 degree. Put the value of x which is already given, put the value of y which is already given. Then we just solve this. So we get 3x plus twice x is equals to 5x. This 10 we will shift on the right hand side. So this plus 10 will become minus 10. 5x is equals to 170 degree. So ultimately the value of x will be 34 degree. Now after finding out the value of x is equals to 34 degree, now you put this value in this numbers. So twice x will be 2 into 34 degree, that is equals to 68 degree. Then again x is equals to 34 degree, put here and find the value. Now 3x plus 10, 3 into 34 degree plus 10. So that is equals to 112 degree. So now we have found out the value of this angle and this angle. So angle BYX is equals to 3x plus 10. This is 112 degree. And angle Y, which is twice x, is equals to 68 degree. Now see children, angle BXY is equals to angle CYX. Let us find out. BXY, this angle is equals to this angle CYX. So this angle is equals to this angle. Why? Alternate angles. So if this is 112 degree, then this will also be 112 degree. So I am even writing the reasons also why these are equal. Now again angle DYX is equals to AXY. So DYX, this angle is equals to this AXY, this angle. So again these two angles are alternate angles and this is equals to 68 degree. So we have found out these alternate angles. Now let us find out turn by turn about these exterior angles. So interior angles we have found out. Now let us find out the exterior angles. Now again angle DYX. So where is DYX? DYX. Now this angle children is equals to this angle. One interior, one exterior. So this is corresponding angles. Again angle BXY. This angle is equals to children angle DYF. This angle. This is also one interior, one exterior. So this is corresponding angle. They lie on the same side of the transversal. One is interior and one is exterior. So we have studied all these properties. Now children, these angles we have found out. These angles we have found out. Now let us come on the left hand side of the transversal and try to find out the value of this angle and this angle. Okay. Now angle AXY. AXY. This angle is equals to angle CYF. Why? One interior, one exterior and on the same side of the transversal. So this will be what? Corresponding angles. Again angle CYX. So this angle children is equals to angle AXC. Again one interior, one exterior. That is why that is equals to corresponding angles. So in this way, children, we find out the value of x and the measurement of all the angles. So you go through the sums very nicely and the doubts will be cleared in the class. Okay children, now exercise 6.2, number 3, number B. So what is given in the question? So I have done the diagram for you. Now children, whenever you will do this type of geometry sums, you will draw the diagram very neatly. And very neatly you will label it up. Now what is given here? AB is parallel to CD. So AB is parallel to CD. These two lines are parallel. And EF is the transversal. So this is EF. EF is the transversal. What we are asked to find out in the question? The value of x and the measure of remaining angles. So the value of this x, the value of this x, and the measure of all these remaining angles. So here I have what I have done children, I have named all the angles as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you have to find too many angles, you just number it up. So that is very good and very easy to find out. Now we start the sum. Now this angle is already given to us. Angle AXE is equals to 3x plus 13. This is given to us, so I have written here in the given section. Again, angle CYF, this angle is equals to 5x plus 7. This is also given to us, so I have written here, I have mentioned here, and this will help us for the sum. Okay, so whatever is given, I have written everything in the section given. Then I have also written what has to be found out. Now let us start the sum. Now what is given to us? Let us name this angle as 2. So I have written let angle 2 is equals to 3x plus 13. So this particular angle AXE, I am just labeling up with angle 2. So I have named this angle as angle 2. Again angle CYF, which is equals to 5x plus 7. So I have named it as angle 7. Okay. Now let us start the sum. How to find out the value? First we have to find out the value of this x, so that we can find the measurement of these two angles. Now angle 2 children is equals to angle 6. Why? Do you remember the property? Corresponding angle, they lie on the same side of the transversal, that is on the left hand side. One is exterior and one is interior. So angle 2 is equals to angle 6 is equals to 3x plus 13, since corresponding angles. Okay. Now again angle 7. This particular angle is equals to, this angle 7 is equals to angle 4, one exterior, one interior. Also why? Because they are corresponding angles, and angle 7 is equals to 5x plus 7. So angle 7 is equals to angle 4 is equals to 5x plus 7, since corresponding angles. So what is given to us, it will be very helpful to find out the measure of all the angles. Now we have found out angle 4 and angle 6. So angle 4 is equals to 5x plus 7 and angle 6 is equals to 3x plus 13. Now this angle plus this angle is equals to 180 degree. Why children? Because of the property interior angle on the same side of the transversal is equals to 180 degree, that is supplementary. Okay. Now put the value of angle 4. What is the value of angle 4? Is equals to 5x plus 7. So I have put the value here. Again angle 6 is equals to 3x plus 13. So I have put the value here. So I have put the values here. And now I will plus it. When I will plus it children, I will get x is equals to 20 degree. Now since I found out the value of x, so I can find out the measurement of this angle 2 and angle 7. So I will put the value of this x and I will find out the values. Now 3x plus 13, put the value of x, you will find your 73 degree. Again 5x plus 7, you put the value of x, 20 degree, here we have found out, and you will find the value of this angle is equals to 107 degree. So ultimately we have found out angle 2 is equals to 73 degree and angle 7 is equals to 107 degree. So till here we have found out the measurement of angle 2 and angle 7. So now children, once you have found out these two angles, so we are on the left hand side of the transversal. This side we will see later on. So first we will try to find out the measurement of all these four angles which are on the left hand side. Okay, now angle 2 is equals to angle 6. Already we have mentioned here, angle 2 is equals to angle 6. Why? Corresponding angles. So this is equals to 73 degree. Since angle 2 is equals to 73 degree, so 6 is also equals to 73 degree. Angle 4 is equals to angle 7. This is equals to 107. So this angle 7 is equals to angle 4 is equals to 107 degree. Corresponding angles. Now see students, angle 6 is equals to angle 3. Okay. Now this angle is equals to this angle. Angle 6 is equals to angle 3. Why? They are alternate angles. They lie on the opposite side of the transversal. This is the transversal. One is on the left hand side and one is on the right hand side. So this is also equals to 73 degree. Again angle 4 is equals to angle 5. That is equals to 107 degree. Why? Because they are also alternate angles. They lie on the opposite side of the transversal. So now till here I have found out the measurement of angle 2, angle 4, angle 6 and angle 7. Now I will also find out the measurement of all these angles. But here I have already found out the measurement of angle 3 and angle 5. So now I can very easily find out the measurement of this exterior angle, angle 1 and angle 8. Angle 5 is equals to 107 is also equals to angle 1. One interior, one exterior. So these are what? Angle 5 is equals to angle 1 since corresponding angles, and this is equals to 107 degree. Now again I have already found out that angle 6 is equals to angle 3 and this is equals to 73 degree. So angle 3, one interior angle is equals to this angle 8, that is the exterior angle. So this is also corresponding angle. Angle 3 is equals to angle 8. This is corresponding angle. So I have found out ultimately the measurement of all the angles and I have arranged like this orderly. So angle 1 is equals to angle 4, angle 5 is equals to angle 7 is equals to 107 degree, angle 2 is equals to angle 3 is equals to angle 6 is equals to angle 8 is equals to 73 degree. So these sums, you might find it that it is very long sum, but in actual it is not difficult at all. It is very easy sums. So first you find out the measurement of all the angles which is on the left hand side of the transversal, and then with the help of these angles you can find out the measurement of all the angles on the right hand side of the transversal. Go through these sums very nicely. This has been done in a very easy method and hope you understand this. Now we will continue with the next sum. Class 7 Maths exercise 6.2 number 4. Find the angles of the triangle ABC given that lines A and B are parallel. So what is given to us? Let us see. So there is a triangle we can see in the diagram ABC. We are also looking at the diagram and we are noticing that this angle is equals to 30 degree given, this angle is equals to 50 degree given. So we have to find the measurement of all the angles of the triangle ABC. So we have to find the measurement of angle A, angle B and angle C. We are also given that A and B are parallel. So this one A, this line A and B are parallel. This is line A and line B. So this line A and B are parallel lines. Here we can see children there are two transversal, that is AB and AC. Okay, so we know the properties of the transversal and this line A is parallel to B. So this sum is very simple. What is given I have written A is parallel to B, AB and AC are the transversal. We have to find the measurement of angle A, angle B and angle C. Now look at the solution. If this angle is equals to 30 degree and this angle is equals to 50 degree, if you look at this whole angle, this is a straight angle 180 degree. So therefore angle BAC is equals to 180 degree minus this angle plus this angle. So we find angle BAC is equals to 100 degree. So what did I do here? 30 degree plus 50 degree is equals to 80 degree. This 80 degree I will minus from 180 degree. Why 180 degree? Because this whole angle is equals to 180 degree. So 180 degree minus 80 degree is equals to 100 degree. So this angle is equals to 100 degree. Now again, since this angle is equals to 30 degree and this is the transversal, so this angle B is equals to also 30 degree. Why? They are alternate angle. This is the transversal and these two angles lie on the opposite side of the transversal. One is on the left hand side and one is on the right hand side. Again this angle 50 is equal to this angle C. Why? Because this is also alternate angle. This is a transversal AC and these two angles lie on the opposite side of the transversal. So since alternate angles are equal, so angle B is equals to 30 degree, angle C is equals to 50 degree. So therefore in the triangle, angle A is equals to 100 degree, angle B is equals to 30 degree and angle C is equals to 50 degree. So this is the answer, and next we will do number 5. Now exercise 6.2 class 7 number 5. Now this is the diagram given. Now let us see what is the question. The question is in figure 6, that is here, is AB parallel to CD? Justify your answer with reasons. So here in this diagram you will have to find out whether AB is parallel to CD or not. So come to the board. So here in this diagram we have to prove whether this line AB is parallel to CD or not. Now yes, AB is parallel to CD. We can justify our answer with the following reasons. So I have put it down some particular reasons. We will go step by step. Let us take first CD parallel to FG. So I can see here there is one triangle EFG and I can see that these two lines AB and CD, they are running parallel in this triangle. So first let me take this CD, don't see this part, only refer this part. CD is parallel to FG and EG is the transversal. So what do I see here? This angle is equals to this angle already given, angle ESC. This angle is equals to angle EGF, this angle. So one interior, one exterior. So this is already given is equals to X and these are Y, these are equal because they are corresponding angle. One in the interior, one exterior, and they lie on the same side of the transversal. So with this property given, we can say that CD is parallel to FG. Next again, let us take AB is parallel to FG. Now don't look this CD, just look at AB is parallel to FG. And again EF is the transversal. Now don't look this CD children, just pay attention here. AB is parallel to FG and EF is the transversal. What is given here? APF, this angle is equals to angle PFG. Okay, so it is written here is equals to X, already given. Now this angle is equals to this angle. Why? Because they are pair of alternate angles. They lie on the opposite side of the transversal. Now this is the statement 1, which I have already proved that CD is parallel to FG. With this property I will also prove that AB is parallel to FG. So CD is parallel to FG, I have made statement 1. AB is parallel to FG, I have made statement 2. So from 1 and 2 we get what? AB we get that FG and FG is common. That means this line is common. So we can say that AB is parallel to CD.